Here I am present to discuss on a very interesting chapter, that is diversity in living organism. But before starting this chapter, I would like to make you aware of two words, that is diversity and living organisms. Diversity means a variety of something. For example, in India, there are a variety of people living in it. So we can call India a diverse nation. Living organisms, we can say Jeevit Angi. That is, they can do all the processes which is required for an organism to be living. Thus, they are called living organisms. So, a new word comes here, that is classification. Classification means arranging something in groups and subgroups on the basis of similarities and dissimilarities in hierarchy. Groups and subgroups. So to define classification, I would like to give an example. For example, let there be a class 8. So here class 8 is the group, and sections, for example 8A, 8B, 8C, these are the subgroups. So the classification means process of arranging in groups and subgroups on the basis of similarities and dissimilarities. Now let it be in section A of class 8. Let the students be very intelligent. Now in section B, let the students be very innovative. And in section C, let them be very responding to the co-curriculars. So this is the arrangement of class on the basis of the similarities. So this is called classification. And now comes the word hierarchy. For example, in the same school, the person with admission number 1, then comes the admission number 2, then comes with admission number 3, then 4, then 5. This is called hierarchy, that is on which number the person is being admitted, or the person when we talk about in science language, we can talk in that when a person is given a birth, in the order he is being given the birth, this is called hierarchy. Like first comes your grandfather, then your father, then you, then your children, then that, and the generations come like that. So I have made a table here of groups and subgroups on the basis of hierarchy and similar and dissimilar relationships. Now comes a new word, taxonomy. Taxonomy is a process related to identification, classification, and nomenclature of organisms. To explain this, I would like to give an example. For example, we are standing in a barren island. In that island, we have nothing to eat. So we'll first identify that, hey, yes, this is a plant, or this is something that we can eat. So this is called identification. Now, for example, we don't know what is being given to eat, but we know that it can be eaten. So in the same island, we can classify it whether it is a tree, we can't eat tree, joke of the day. So we can classify it as either it is a plant, fruit, or vegetable, or something else to be eaten. This is called classification, which we have already learned here. And then comes nomenclature. Nomenclature means naming. Like you are given a name, and in science, the scientific name given to it is called nomenclature. To the same fruit, we will first, for example, we have identified a fruit. Okay, then we have classified it as a very sweet fruit. It's a very sweet fruit, and then we named it as mango. So this is called taxonomy, but this name would be in scientific language. Who is known as father of taxonomy? He is none other than Carolus Linnaeus. Now how we can learn it as? So we can learn this name Carolus Linnaeus as father of taxonomy by जैसे फादर ने टैक्सी बुलाई, जो कि एक कार थी, उन्होंने वो ओला से बुलाई पर वो नहीं आई, तो हम सब दैट इज अस लाइन से गए, यानी पैदल चल के गए, लाइन से पैदल चल के गए। फादर ने टैक्सी बुलाई जो कि एक कार थी, उन्होंने वो ओला से बुलाई थी पर वो नहीं आई, तो हम लाइन से गए, हम लाइन से गए। So this can be a trick to learn this name as father of taxonomy. Now the next topic is basis of classification. On what basis we can classify organisms? So the first basis is complexity of cell structure. So when we talk about cell structure, we can divide organism into two parts, two bases, that is prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic. So prokaryotic organisms and eukaryotic organisms. Pro means primitive, eu means true. Primitive means without a well-defined nucleus. There is nucleus but not a well-defined. Not well-defined. Not well-defined nucleus. That is, nucleus is spread like uneven. Here and there is no well-defined nucleus, but in eukaryotic there is a well-defined nucleus. In prokaryotic organisms. So here comes the part 2. Here we are going to continue with body structure. So body structure consists of two forms of organisms, one are unicellular and other are multicellular. Unicellular means organisms composed of only one cell, while multicellular means organisms composed of more than one cells. The one cell or more than one cell does the same work for living of a particular organisms. For example, amoeba of unicellular and animals of multicellular. Next comes mode of nutrition. We can divide into two parts, autotrophs and heterotrophs. We know auto means self. Auto means self. So we can easily understand as the one which produce their own food. For example, plants as that chlorophyll. And heterotrophs, the one that feed on others' produce. That is, they get from food from outside. For example, animals. So here the example of autotroph is plants and heterotroph is animals. You can easily remember it as AP, that is APJ Abdul Kalam, we know, so we can write it as AP. And we need to remember that if autotroph is plants, then heterotroph must be animals, opposite to it. Next comes the mode of reproduction. We can divide into two parts, sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Then asexual reproduction can also and can be divided into several parts, but we are going to discuss it later. Next topic we are going to discuss is level of organizations. That is, some special organs given only to specified organisms. For example, plastid is only given to plants and not to animals, so that plants can produce their own food. So this was very simple. Now we come to a very different part, but it is very important. Classification of all life forms is closely related to their evolution. That is, the one which was produced earlier, one which was given birth earlier, that is your grandfather. They are more basic in nature than we. So they are more basic in nature than we. That is, for example, that to understand it, I can give you an example that your grandparents won't be aware much of the technologies in their childhood. So they were very basic in nature. They were very simple. But we, as we know the use of technology, so we are very useful. We are very used to it. So we can understand that the earlier generations were very basic. So this thought come to the third part. Here we are going to discuss the method to learn the Charles Darwin name along with the book he wrote, The Origin of Species, and a word, evolution, and how they are interconnected. So to understand, to learn this name, we can write it as, जब क्लास में इवोल्यूशन की बात चल ही रही थी, जब क्लास में इवोल्यूशन की बात चल ही रही थी कि तभी हमने एक जिन को देखा, पर चूंकि डर के आगे जीत है इसीलिए हमने इन स्पीशीज को मार दिया। तो यहाँ इवोल्यूशन आ गया, चार्लेस। सो आई विल रिपीट, जब क्लास में इवोल्यूशन की बात चल ही रही थी तभी हमने चार बिना सर के, लेस मतलब बिना सर के जिनको देखा, पर चूंकि डर के आगे जीत है इसीलिए हमने स्पीशीज को मार दिया। सो नेक्स्ट टर्म biological diversity was given by Walter D. Rosen. Biological diversity term was given by Walter G. Rosen, so we can learn it by. वॉल से सबसे खतरनाक कौन सा एनिमल हमें याद आता है सबसे पहले, ये बताइए? लिजर्ड। सो वॉल को हम लिजर्ड से याद रख सकते हैं, तो हम इसको बोल सकते हैं, जब लिजर्ड टर्रा रही थी, जो कि मुझे बड़े ही लॉजिकल तरीके से भी देख रही थी, मुझे उसका टर्राना बड़ा पसंद आया, तो मैंने छिपकली जी को रोज़ दे दिया, तो वह अपने ड्राइवर के साथ सिटी में भाग गई। इसको सिंपली बोलता हूँ मैं, एक छिपकली मुझे बड़े ही लॉजिकल तरीके से देख रही थी, मुझे उसका टर्राना बड़ा पसंद आया, तो मैं छिपकली जी को रोज़ दे दिया, तो वह अपने ड्राइवर के साथ सिटी में भाग गई। इसको हम ऐसे याद कर सकते हैं। सो व्हाट इज द वर्ड नोमेनक्लेचर मीन? नोमेनक्लेचर मीन प्रोवाइडिंग साइंटिफिक नेम, एज आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू। सो द टर्म बायनोमियल नोमेनक्लेचर वाज गिवन बाय कैरोलस लिनियस। हम जानते हैं कि कैरोलस लिनियस ने इस चैप्टर में बड़े बड़े अच्छे काम किए हैं, तो हर चीज़ में अक्सर कैरोलस लिनियस ही पाए जाते हैं। सो टर्म बायोलॉजिकल नोमेनक्लेचर वाज गिवन बाय कैरोलस लिनियस। सो अकॉर्डिंग टू हिम, species, in his book Species Plantarum, he wrote that the first word is genus in the scientific binomial nomenclature. Bi means two. So in binomial nomenclature he told that there are two words. One word is genus and the other word is species. Genus and species. So we can understand it by. So welcome to the fourth part. Here I am going to tell you about genus and species. So I was telling you, in the book Species Plantarum, Carolus Linnaeus told that the scientific name consists in binomial nomenclature. Bi means two, so the name consists of only two words. The first word is genus and the second word is species. We can understand genus and remember it as, you can place your first name, that is, my name is Yash, so I am placing my name. So genus means genius, we can understand as a genius. So genius, I'm genius, so Yash is genius, and then the surname, so species. We can remember it easily. So in ICZN, that is International Code of Zoological Nomenclature and International Code of Biological Nomenclature, we can easily learn the the rules that were